आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, a Republic special investigation into the reality of love jihad in Kerala. At 9 o'clock tonight, progress for the people and how statistics being reeled out by the government mean nothing if the people face this. Love jihad is a reality. Islamist radicalization is a reality. Radicalized Muslims joining ISIS from India is a reality. What was shown in the Kerala story is a reality. But when a film called The Kerala Story was released in 2023, ladies and gentlemen, not so long back, at that point of time when the idea of the Love Jihad network operating in Kerala was made public, at that time, when this film was released, you would remember, nobody wanted to accept the reality. They said, you are targeting the Muslim community. We were not, nobody, the filmmakers were not targeting the Muslim community. The fact is, these were a bunch of brave filmmakers and actors who said, we must put a story out to talk about what is happening to people, how Muslim girls, non-Muslim girls, Hindu girls are being radicalized, converted, recruited, and then forced to join the ISIS. When this film was released, the entire pseudo-liberal brigade and the entire opposition came together to say, ban the film, ban the film, ban the film. Mamata Banerjee, who was trying to appease the Muslim vote, was the first to ban this movie in Bengal. The Supreme Court had to intervene, in fact, to stay the ban. At that point of time, Pinarayi Vijayan, Kerala's Chief Minister, said we must unite against the politics that seeks to turn art into a weapon for fostering communalism. He said things like that. He called this film communal because he was unwilling to accept what the film was showing. The way in which the lives of young girls were destroyed. Pinarayi Vijayan said that they are advancing the Sangha Parivar's agenda of turning cinema into a weapon for implementing a communal agenda. Yet, ladies and gentlemen, in 2016, the Kerala Chief Minister had confirmed that people had gone missing. They'd been radicalized and made to join the Islamic State. Now, does anyone join the Islamic State just like that on a whim? They do not. But when the truth is put out in the form of a film, they don't want to accept it. So Republic decided to go in and find out what was happening on the ground. We sent our reporters. We've spoken, and I'm sharing the results of that investigation today with you in our story, #Kerala ISIS Files. We've spoken to some of the family members of those young girls who went missing and who have still not been found. The reality is so stark. I want to tell the Kerala government, I want to tell all these politicians, there's no point trying to hide it. The fact is that a former local committee secretary of the CPM said his daughter was given drugs with an intention to radicalize her. A retired military officer from Kottayam says his daughter was converted to Islam by the PFI and the SDPI, that she changed her name and went missing and went into hiding after close links with the SDPI. How much, I ask tonight, how much will we hide? How much will we deny? When the truth is put out by Republic, they say, oh, you're a right-wing channel. We are revealing the truth. And sometimes we reveal the truth by taking risks on ourselves. After all, when we launched In 2017, ladies and gentlemen, in 2017, we did an expose on Abdullah Basit. This fellow in 2017, sitting in his jeans, lying down on an easy chair, told us that he was a main recruiter for the Islamic State in Hyderabad, and he was roaming around. And I always keep giving the example of this fellow because there are so many people like him who are extremely radicalized. But if we say catch these people, arrest these people, we are told, oh, you are communal, you're anti-Muslim. But the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, the same man was caught later in Delhi in 2018. He was caught, the same fellow, plotting to carry out bomb blasts in Delhi, which means for quite a few months after our expose, he was scot-free. Maybe the agencies knew about him. Maybe the agencies knew about him but did not have proof. Or perhaps it was because the agencies and the prosecuting agencies and the governments and the political parties were on the back foot because there are people like Owaisi who immediately jump in to support these people and create a Muslim victimization argument. Our lead story this evening is the Kerala ISIS files. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this carefully. Internalize the facts that we are about to share with you. Share this with all those who you know and tell them that no, what the Kerala story, the movie showed in 2023 was not fiction. It was as much raw fiction and as possibly can be. As possibly can be. Let's debate.
Kasaragod in Kerala, a district now haunted by fear. Several women here have gone missing over the last few years. Conversion to Islam and forced marriages. And behind it, an ISIS module at work.
In the year 2017, as many as 21 people from various parts of Kasaragod, such as Trikkaripur, Balapattanam and Padanna, joined IS. They were radicalized through so-called love jihad activities and other measures coordinated by various communal organizations such as Popular Front of India, and the Republic TV team visited Kasaragod to know the current status of these radicalized activities there. However, the results were shocking. We met a number of families whose life were spoiled due to this so-called love jihad and allied radicalized activities.
The radicalized men here follow hardline Salafi Islam, keeping away from mainstream Muslim society, and advocate violent jihad. Their aim to convert as many as they can. Republic went to Kasaragod, speaking to victims of the Love Jihad module. One of them is a CPM leader, PV Bhaskaran. He claims his own daughter was radicalized under the guise of medical treatment.
ഇവൻ കൊടുത്ത മരുന്ന് എൻ്റെ സംശയം നമുക്ക് വന്നു. അത് മറ്റേ ലഹരി മരുന്നാണ് ഇവൻ കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ടായി. അപ്പോൾ പെണ്ണിന് ഭയങ്കര വല്ലാണ്ടില്ല ആവേശവും കാര്യവും. പിന്നെ അന്ന് വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് ചികിത്സ. 2 മാസം ചില്ലറ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് ചികിത്സ നടത്തിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. ആ നടത്തിയ ശേഷം പറഞ്ഞ് എൻ്റെ പിന്നെ ഇതുണ്ട്, പിന്നെ ഇതല്ല ചികിത്സ നടത്തുന്ന റൂമുണ്ട് അവിടെ തൃക്കരിപ്പൂർ ഭാര്യ വീടാണ്. അങ്ങനെ അവിടെ കൊണ്ടുപോയി 1 മാസം വരെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് വീട്ടിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ആകെ പ്രശ്നമായി. ഇവള് എന്തായാലും എൻ്റെ മരുന്നേ പറ്റുന്നില്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെയാണ് സംസാരിച്ചിട്ട് അവൾ എന്തായാലും നിൽക്കുന്നില്ല.
This left leader Bhaskaran reveals module's link to the banned extremist outfit the PFI. Despite the PFI ban, families reveal how the ideological influence never disappeared.
ഇവർക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ സംശയം തോന്നിപ്പോകുന്നു. സംശയം അത് ഉറപ്പ് പറയാൻ കഴിയില്ല, കാരണം ഇല്ല നമ്മൾ തെറ്റായിട്ടുള്ള രീതിയിൽ പറഞ്ഞു വിടല്ലോ. സംശയം തോന്നിപ്പോകുന്നു. അവൻ്റെ പിന്നിൽ ആളുണ്ട്. അത് ഞാൻ സ്റ്റേഷൻ എൻ്റെ പറഞ്ഞു.
PV Bhaskaran belongs to the ruling party, But here's the most explosive allegation. He claims the terror funding is coming from the Gulf.
ഇവരൊരു ഗൾഫിൽ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ളവർക്കൊരു ഫണ്ടുണ്ട് പോലും, അങ്ങനെയുള്ളവരെ സംരക്ഷിച്ചിട്ടില്ല വരുന്നതിന് സാമ്പത്തിക സഹായം കിട്ടുന്നൊരു വിവരം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അത് കൊണ്ടുപോയാൽ ഇത് കാശ് കിട്ടും. അതിനെ കുറിച്ച് നമുക്ക് പഠിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. അതിങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ നാട്ടുപുറത്ത് നേരത്തെ അറിയുന്ന കാര്യമാണ്.
This is retired military officer Ashokan KM. He claims his daughter fell into the love jihad trap. Her religion, her identity changed. She now refuses to speak to her family. Ashokan claims those who converted her have the chief minister's backing.
ഇത്തരം ഒരു സംഗതിയോട് എന്താ ചേട്ടന്റെ പ്രതികരണം? എന്താ
ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് എനിക്ക് പറയാവുന്നത്, ഇവളിപ്പോഴും അപകടാവസ്ഥയിലാണെന്നുള്ളതാണ് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്. ഇവൾ എന്തുകൊണ്ട് പൊതുമധ്യേ മനുഷ്യരുടെ ഇടയിലേക്ക് ഇവളെ ഇറക്കി വിടാത്തതിന്റെ? ഇപ്പൊ ഒരു അച്ഛനെയും അമ്മയും കാണാൻ പോലും അവകാശം ഇല്ലേ അവക്ക്? അതൊന്നും അവർ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അപ്പൊ അമ്മ മരിച്ചിട്ട് പോലും വരുന്നില്ല. ഇതെന്താ, ഇത് ഏത് മതമാണെന്ന്? ഇങ്ങനെയാണോ? ഇതൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് ഒരു പ്രശ്നമുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണിത്. ഇപ്പൊ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഇവിടുത്തെ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഇപ്പൊ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി പിണറായി വിജയൻ അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മളെ കുട്ടികളെ കൈ വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. LDFും UDFും ഇവർ രണ്ടുപേരും ഇവരെ പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേ നിൽക്കത്തുള്ളൂ. എപ്പോഴും അവർക്ക് വോട്ടിന്റെ പ്രശ്നമാണ്.
As part of the Kasaragod module, almost 20 people, men and women, vanished from this region. The pattern remained the same. Several days later, their families received messages claiming they will fight for the Islamic State now. This mother, whose daughter was indoctrinated, broke down on the Republic camera. This 28-year-old man who wants his identity withheld, he too is from Kasaragod. He told us how his sister was brainwashed by another radicalized individual.
എന്നാണ് മോന്റെ സിസ്റ്റർ പോയത്?
3 വർഷം.
3 വർഷം. അത് ആരാന്ന് അറിയാമായിരുന്നോ?
ഇല്ല.
പിന്നെ എപ്പോഴാ ആരാന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചേ?
കേസ് കാര്യങ്ങളല്ലേ.
ആ പയ്യൻ ആരാന്ന് മനസ്സിലായോ?
മുസ്ലിം ചെക്കൻ.
This mother lost her son at the age of 23. Hafizuddin sent messages on WhatsApp claiming he had joined the Islamic State.
നമ്മളിത് ഈ വിവരം എന്ന് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കേൾക്കുന്നത് മാധ്യമങ്ങളിലൂടെയാണോ അതോ ആരും വിളിച്ചപ്പോഴാണോ അറിയുന്നത്? മെസ്സേജ് കിട്ടില്ല. നമുക്ക് മെസ്സേജ് കിട്ടാം. എന്തും പറഞ്ഞ എന്താ മെസ്സേജിൽ എഴുതിയത്? ഞങ്ങൾ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച നാട്ടിലെത്തി.
As we went from one home to the next, the story remained the same. Jasmine's brothers, Shiaz and Ijaz, joined Islamic State in 2017. They allegedly were killed in Afghanistan.
ഷിയാസിന്റെ ഇജാസിന്റെ വീടിതല്ലേ അത്? ഞാൻ ഡൽഹിയിൽ നിന്ന് വരുവാണേ. ഷിയാസ് ഇജാസും കല്യാണം കഴിച്ചതല്ലേ? അവരുടെ വൈഫ് ഇപ്പോഴും വൈഫിന്റെ പേര് ഇതാണോ? ഇവരെ എല്ലാരും കൊണ്ടുപോയതാരാ അറിയോ? അറിയില്ല. ഈ കുടുംബത്തിലുള്ള എല്ലാരെയാണോ ഒരു ടാർഗറ്റ്?
Hundreds of families in Kasaragod, Kerala say they continue to live in fear. Missing daughters, broken homes, unanswered questions. They call it love jihad. They say there's no other term to describe it except call it love jihad. In 2017, Republic flagged the Islamic State module. In 2026, once again, it's about national security.
These practices are continuing in the society as a social threat. The government must intervene to curb such practices from destroying the social harmony of Kerala.
And that report put together by Shankar from Thiruvananthapuram, who is joining us today. Shankar, great report there. A lot of case studies that you put in. A lot of irrefutable facts. Did they talk to you openly? I mean, you did a few sting operations. You spoke to some people by concealing their identity. What are the families saying broadly? Why are they agreeing to speak now to you?
No, actually, the people, the family members who are the victims of love jihad in Kasaragod, actually they are afraid to speak up in the public, and they were even scared to speak to the Republic TV team by stating that speaking openly about all these things will land them in trouble. Apart from these 5 families, they spoke to us. We met so many other families as well, around more than 10 families. But they were not willing to disclose what had happened to their families openly. Like when we went to the Kerala-Kasaragod border in Hossangadi, we met a person called Jagadish who runs a hotel there. He says how these are extremist groups radicalized her daughter, and how she turned up against the family, and she was not even willing to visit his house after being radicalized. And we met so many other families in and around the area, and we even met a 19-year-old woman who works in a private firm in Kasaragod town, who was radicalized by these PFI members in 2021, and after being counseled 5 or 6 times by the family members, she came back to the normal life. And she says it was a horrible experience. Like they showed her so many videos of the tortures being faced by Muslim people in some parts of the world, and she was brainwashed to become radicalized and fight for Islamic Republic. And actually, for a while, she fell into the trap. And after the family members took a strong stance, and she was abducted from the custody of these men, and she was counseled several times. And after being counseled, she could recognize that it was a trap, and she now leads a normal life. And she says she will not fall into the trap again. In the similar way, there are hundreds of families that fell prey to these traps of these radicalized people. Some families were even not willing to speak to us openly about their stories, like that may affect their family, because there are other daughters and other family members, their family status and their prestige and all will be affected. Due to this reason, they were not even willing to speak. But it's a serious threat that Black Kasaragod
Yeah, thank you, Shankar. I'll just take some reactions now to that report. Now, Talab Mir Rashidi, Abid Mir Magami, Atikur Rahman and Asif Ansari, first of all, don't have this stunned expression on your face that what has happened, how did these people speak up, why are the family members confirming what was said in the Kerala story, what Republic was saying. Reality is Shalini Ali, Ratan Sharda and Tuhin Sinha. What we've seen out there is a clear case study. It's not one case study, several case studies. All of these people are saying that Akhila became Hadia after she married an SDPI member. And the radicalization is real and across the board. After all, I hope that you will all agree.
Yes, Arnab.
I hope that you will all agree that nobody, family members will not lie about their own children. Okay? That's the first fact. Okay? Second is, you can argue they converted to Islam on their own. But you cannot argue. Shalini, can they argue that they became terrorists on their own? No.
No.
No. No. You can't argue that.
No.
Why didn't you?
Shalini is opening the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof tonight that the story in the Kerala, the reality of the Kerala story is exposed today with this report. Shalini.
What you have just presented, hats off to Shankar. Hats off to you. Because if you remember, last year when I was in your studio during the Waqf, you remember I told you, I said the day you have me sitting before 4 Molanas, it will give a run for their money because the fight is about what their Islam says and what my Quran says. And my Quran does not allow any kind of forcible, any kind of force to be given to convert someone of their religion. My constitution allows me to get married to a man of another faith without converting myself through the Special Marriage Act. And my Islam, the Quranic Islam, definitely states that you have to first understand Islam before getting converted. For your kind information and for the information of every individual in this country and abroad, the closest man who was closest to Prophet Muhammad, his own uncle, did not convert himself to Islam. As a matter of fact, there's a hadith in which it is said that on his deathbed, when Prophet ﷺ asked him to convert, he said, your route is just to guide. My route is to accept. Allah has not asked you for forcible conversions. And it is wrong. And I must
The conversion is an essential and fundamental right of the Indian Constitution.
It's coming from a
India
state which has 95.3% literacy rate, which was once the highest literacy rate in our country. Today, Mizoram has exceeded its literacy rate. So this is disgusting, this is un-Islamic, and it cannot be treated by us looking away the other side.
Let me explain the importance of what we have put out today. The importance is this, Tuhin, and I'm getting, Abid Mir Magami also, that when the Kerala story was put out, released in 2023, at that time it was said that this is false, right? And I'm sure A.R. Rahman must have found Kerala story very divisive also. But the fact is, the fact is, we were told that
Arnab,
Kerala story is false. Today, Republic has proved that Kerala story was 1000% factually correct, depicting the reality of what's happening in Kerala.
Allah is disturbing continuously. Why is it afraid of the debate?
Tuhin, yeah, 1 minute, Ratanji. Tuhin. Tuhin and Abid, I mentioned.
Arnab, allow me some time. Arnab, love jihad. Love jihad is Kerala's worst kept secret, facilitated in equal measure by both the Congress and CPIM politicians over the last 16 years. I say 16 years. Because the term was first coined in 2009 by the Kerala High Court, which in its landmark observation had said that there are more than 4,000 unnatural cases of conversion and that love jihad seems to be a reality and the state government must take measures to prevent it. Now it's a fact that both we, Achyutanandan, the CPIM Chief Minister of Kerala in 2010 and Omen Chandi, the Congress Chief Minister subsequently have confessed that radicalization and love jihad are a grave problem in Kerala. But because of their rare honesty, they were disowned by their own parties. They did not get support from their own parties, including, Rahul Gandhi, who subsequently became the sitting member of parliament from Kerala, and now Priyanka Gandhi. Do you recall that barely 20 days after the attack in Israel on 8th October 2023, Khalid Mashal had held an online conference in Kunnur and not one Congress leader had condemned it. So if these Congress leaders, whether it is Shashi Tharoor or Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi, who have all represented Kerala in Lok Sabha and in Parliament, keep quiet, they are guilty, they are complicit in this growing radicalization in Kerala. And yes, it's a matter of concern because the end result, the end objective is demography distortion. In Bengal, it is happening through a different means. In Kerala, it is happening through a different means. It is happening through love jihad. It is happening through, export of people to ISIS. And I think the only way it can be combated is if both Congress leaders and CPIM leaders talk honestly and, like V. Achyutanandan and like Omen Chandi, instead of brushing the matter under the carpet like they do nowadays.
I appeal to all sensible people to accept that the Kerala story film was one of the most honest accounts of the dangers of Islamist radicalization, where through systematic love jihad, non-Muslim girls are first converted, then used and made into terrorists by radicalizing them on a systematic basis. A lot of people appreciating today, Abid, the investigation that we have put out here. And why are we doing these investigations? Because, Abid, we want people like you, to keep your ears and eyes open to realize the amount of narco-terrorism happening because of Islamist radicalization, to realize that the money has been pouring in from the Gulf, right? And this money has been used to radicalize people and exploit young women. It is the responsibility of people like you, Abid, to speak up loudly against the dangers of this form of radicalization. For example, I've never seen you speak against the grooming gangs, the Pakistani grooming gangs which exploit young girls sexually in the United Kingdom. At least today, to all people like you, Abid, who say love jihad does not exist. See, I'm not blaming you for love jihad, but I'm saying if there are people, so you don't have to take it personally, there are people, there are hardline Muslims who use love jihad as an instrument. Okay, don't be in denial. All these people are real people. It's not AI. Ratan Sharda, this is not an AI. They are real people talking about their family members and their daughters. Don't be defensive, Abid. Ye ho raha hai. People are being sent to Afghanistan, to Syria. There must be a nationwide anti-love jihad law now. That is the only way in which things will be brought under control. We have to bring things under control, like Yogi Adityanath has brought things under control in UP. We have to bring things under control.
Doubt the integrity of the father,
yes,
a military person who could save the country from enemies could not save his own daughter, and we say it's a fake story, it's a myth. I congratulate you on not allowing this love jihad poison to be buried under propaganda war, under saying it's a fake story. You remember High Court, when the church went to High Court, they gave a list of 3,000 cases where the girls went missing. And we can't deny that because that is not even something which is not on record. They have got record. I got interview with them on my YouTube, and two clerics from different sects of Christianity spoke about that. Arasha Vidya Samajam has got 8,000 cases where they were able to get those girls back from the terror network. We have Ajmer case where 250 girls, more than 250 girls were exploited for 9 to 10 years before the case could be exposed. Still they were defended, and they were from very, very important families of the Dargah. So these kind of cases, not one or two. You talked about UK, you talked about Kerala. So I am talking, it's not just Kerala, it is all over India. You read those stories every day. I have got a documented report of love jihad, which are all proven by the police cases. We see it every day on the videos. But to deny this, it's like, pigeon closing its eye, believing that cat does not exist. How can you deny when there are thousands of people who have lost their daughters to say there is no love jihad? Okay, I'll call it sexual grooming. That means it's secular. Let us call it sexual grooming.
Because they don't want to, their argument has been a fairly stupid argument. Their argument has been a stupid argument. That this is actually love, and people are converting by free will. Their argument is a stupid argument that people are converting by free will, in that case, why are women across the country going to police stations saying that we were deceived into a relationship?
And why
that
they
the
are
man,
not coming to
the man concealed the identity that he was Muslim.
Arnab, they are not allowed to
tricked them and forced them into marriage.
Why didn't your team took a statement of any investigative agency officer, of the police, of the investigative agency officers, or the part of the charge sheet or the FIRs? Why these fantasy stories were done by your research team? Your research team is
These people are not fantasy. This is reality, as real as can be.
Since last 1 decade, they could only find one single case of a radicalized man, that too in 2017.
I talked about 3,000 Christian girls going to have guts. Go and meet the church. I will take you to the father who talked about it. Are you ready to face those Christian church clerics? You are not. Go to Arsha Vidya Kolam and see whether the stories are wrong or right. Have you heard the video? Shruti madam, you are not. Because you are here hiding behind secular mask but behaving like a typical overground worker of these Islamists who enslave people, take them to ISI,
and these
they die there.
BJP leaders, like the way Tuin was saying about love jihad in Bengal and Kerala, we understand that the elections are wrong.
As a representative of Muslim community, you should be ashamed that you are supporting these people.
Okay, I ask you here, one minute. See, okay, Abid,
but love jihad only exists in the
Abid, if a Hindu Swami, if a Hindu preacher, Swami, publicly converts 50 Muslim women to Hinduism and carries out their marriage with Hindu partners. I am saying, please note, Abid, publicly, right, if any famous Hindu religious figure says that I will take 50 Muslim women and in a mass ceremony, first I will convert them to Hinduism, then I will get 50 Hindu men to marry them there on the spot. You will say, oh God, what is this gharwapsi going on? This is dangerous. But when Maulana Taqir Raza says I will catch 5 Hindu women, first I will convert them to Islam, and then on the spot conduct their nikah with Muslim men. Then Shalini, Abid says, this is secularism. Secularism.
Arnab, most of the love jihad cases that you're seeing, the majority of love jihad cases that are taking place are of Hindu girls getting converted into Islam.
Shalini is saying something.
So the conversion factor is coming in, where the Muslims are trying to woo those girls towards themselves and get them converted. They think कि conversion करना मतलब हम जन्नत में जा रहे हैं. Number 1. Number 2, they are so brainwashed by a one-track mindedness that they are using those girls for not only money, they are using those girls, transporting them abroad for a fight, something that is taking place not even in our country. It's something, the Islamic State war that is taking place thousands of miles away from our country. And unfortunately, I'm saying it unfortunately, with the highest literacy rate, the girls over there are getting fooled into falling in love with Muslim boys, and very systematically they are converted and married, and then they are brainwashed in a way where they are away from their family. I'll repeat myself. You don't need to convert into Islam to get married to a Muslim man. You can get married keeping your faith and religion in place by the Special Marriage Act. But
correct.
All this is taking place systematically,
today there is
not because of the marriage.
Because I've always said, why is the Muslim Maulana so passionate about converting Hindu girls?
It's not.
Why is he so passionate?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कुरान में.
नहीं है, मगर उन्होंने इसको अपना मिशन क्यों बनाया हुआ है? अभी देखिए
ये मुझे आप बताइए तो
आबिद, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमने जो रिपोर्ट की है, देखिए
भाई साहब मैं आपसे ज्यादा जानती हूँ। आप शायद ये भी नहीं जानते कि कुरान सिर्फ एक दिन में नहीं उतारा गया था कि आप एक चीज का हवाला दीजिए। आज के
जिस होली बुक को कोट कर रही है जानती नहीं है
आज शुरू करवाइए और एक साल में बच्चे की कुरान की तालीम कंप्लीट करवाइए। Every surah that was revealed after some kind of an incident. So don't expect to follow the Quran the way you are interpreting it. Follow the
आप वही चीजें कोट कीजिए जो आप पे शोभा देती है,
चाहे वो 3 तलाक हो, चाहे वो पॉलीगैमी हो, चाहे वो कन्वर्जन हो। कहाँ लिखा है पॉलीगैमी के लिए कि आप 4 बीवियों के साथ शादी करिए?
अब आप शांति रखिए, अब आप सुनिए।
तलाक इस तरीके से दीजिए। और अगर
अब आप शांति रखिए, अब आप सुनेंगे नहीं।
हदीस को फॉलो करिए, एक मोमिन बनिए, ना कि एक मुसलमान बन के सिर्फ।
तो आपको कौन कह रहा है बनने के लिए? आप कुछ मत बनिए, आप जो है वही रहिए।
मुझे कितना कुरान पता है। आप ये इत्तला करिए अपने आप से और अपने कौम के अंदर इस बात को ध्यान की ओर देखिए कि हर बार इस देश में कुछ भी बुरा हो रहा है वो हमारे युवाओं के साथ क्यों हो रहा है, वो हमारे कौम के यंगस्टर्स के साथ क्यों हो रहा है। You have to look into the youngsters of our community today. You have to look into the truth of what is happening. And in the name of Islam, whether you like it or not, people are misusing our religion. It's time to stop misusage of Islam and following it to the T. कभी बुर्खा, कभी हिजाब, कभी ट्रिपल तलाक, कभी
Abid, see, Abid, today we have proved, 1 minute, Abid, through our investigating report, we have proved that there is a lot of this love jihad which has happened, where young non-Muslim girls have been converted to Islam, and we are using them to turn them into terrorists and send them to Afghanistan and Syria. इसको डिनाई करके फायदा नहीं है।
आप इस्लाम को इन चीजों के साथ मिक्सअप नहीं कीजिए। इस्लाम पीस की मैसेज देता है, इस्लाम ब्रदरहुड की मैसेज देता है। ये मैसेज इस्लाम को नहीं देता है।
You have to change on the left and right to get the other this.
आप इन चीजों को मिक्सअप मत कीजिए।
You are not changing.
के साथ कुछ लेना देना नहीं, कुछ लेना देना नहीं है इस्लाम को इन चीजों के साथ।
As of today, there are 10 state governments in India. As of today, there are 10 state governments in India which have specific anti-love jihad laws.
No, there should be. Why does the BJP central government not bring about a nationwide anti-love jihad law? No, why don't you do it?
That is a matter of consideration. But
why
let me just highlight to you, in Uttar Pradesh, the law was passed in 2021 when BJP came to power. In Madhya Pradesh, again 2021. Gujarat, 2003 when BJP has been in power. Uttarakhand when BJP was in power. Now, the point is, if there is one party which is standing up against it, it is the BJP, and all BJP-led state governments. The first anti-conversion law was passed by the Raghubar Das government in Jharkhand in 2017, but that was subsequently undone by the courts, and all of these Congress parties have shown a lack of intent and a silent support for this malicious, for this malified conversion.
Arnab, may I come in, please?
Yeah, but see, what have we shown here? Please try to understand what we have shown here. We have gone to the family members who have said, yes, our girls have been taken away. Our girls have been converted and they have been sent off to the Middle East and turned into ISIS terrorists.
I have discussed the entire issue with him way back.
Now the whole group, a lobby like you, people like you, Atik, pro-radicalized people like you refuse to accept the reality. So I sent the camera, I've shown you the facts. You said that Kerala's story was a lie. I've shown you that Kerala's story was the truth. The girls are still missing. And even today, Zakir Naik Bhakts like you continue to be in denial about Islamist radicalization, especially in Kerala.
Your say, sir. That's your saying, na? Come on.
No, I have shown you multiple documented cases.
Yeah, okay, multiple. Yes, they are multiple. They should be multiple because
why there should be multiple cases of forced conversion.
They can show anything.
What do you mean? There should be multiple. You want multiple women's lives to be used to fund your organized terror ecosystem.
To remind all Fine. You haven't proved anything in the last 10 years.
I have
and you
proved it
won't be
right
able
now.
to
What do you
prove
mean I have
anything in
not
the
proved
court of
anything in the
law?
last 10 years? I proved that Abdullah Basit was a terrorist. I got him
Now,
on
may I
camera
remind-
and he was arrested in Delhi for trying to do a bomb blast 6 months later.
May I remind-
Challenge to go to meet a Christian cleric.
May
and
I
dispute the
remind
cleric.
Mr. Tuhin-
You will not do that. If it is not
May
love
I
jihad,
remind
love
Mr.
marriage,
Ratan
why are
Sharda-
Hindu boys killed when they fall into
May
love
I
with Muslim
remind
girl?
you all-
I can give 5 police cases where they
I
have
haven't
been
had
killed
my
because they are in
say,
love
sir.
with a Muslim girl. So there is no love. This is pure
What are you
jihad.
hiding?
Hyderabad 2022.
What are you hiding?
Delhi
Just
2025,
speaking,
Karnataka
ranting
2022,
and ranting and
Gujarat
ranting. That means
2024,
you're hiding
Maharashtra
something.
2025.
What are you
These
hiding?
cases are new cases.
What are you hiding? The
These are new
viewers
cases
want to
which are not
know
old
what
cases. So
Ratan
why were
Sharda
they
ji is
killed?
hiding.
Because they fell in love with women.
Why are you
Muslim
ranting
women?
in this
Because
way?
love is a
So come
one-way
on,
traffic in Islam.
allow
That
us
is the
to
problem,
have
and you will not
Come on,
accept it.
Okay, fine. RSS ideologue. People know what you will speak. People know what you will speak. You are an RSS
People
ideologue.
speak are wrong. You are only God's own
You are
messenger.
100 years journey you had it.
Okay. 1 minute. Can I ask you one question? See, just a moment, please. Just a moment. Asif Ansari is also there. He is a TMC supporter and a political analyst from Kolkata. And Atikur Rahman see what we proved, Atikur and Asif, is that there are multiple documented cases where religious conversion is not an end in itself. Religious conversion is the way to get a young girl to become a terrorist. Now you, people like you, Asif and Atik, don't want to accept it because you want to feel that everything is wonderful, everything is nice, it's a Sangh Parivar conspiracy, but I've shown you the mirror. Now you have to be radicalized yourself, not to accept the reality. When I'm showing you the facts, I'm interviewing the parents, I'm going to their homes. I'm telling you everything. 21 members from Kasargod were recruited and went into a pipeline of terrorism, crossing into Afghanistan via Iran to live under ISIS rule.
Will you listen to those facts, sir?
Well, I've listened to the parents. Have you? Yes, Asif.
If you allow me to speak. Yeah. Hi, it's the first time that I'm coming into television since I have been sitting waiting patiently for 45 minutes. First of all, that is your presumption. You are calling me a radical, pseudo-radicalization of Islam. First of thing that ma'am is saying something and the other panelists were talking about the radicalization and the Islam misinterpreting. That was the true. The fact is that the word jihad does not imply in India itself. Because jihad says that anything that is contradicting the Islamic ideology, there you need to do a jihad. Whereas the Constitution of India has given a permissions for all the articles, fundamental articles for 14
No, but the Constitution of India does not allow polygamy. Will you do jihad against India? 1 minute. What are you talking about? The Constitution of India does not allow polygamy.
Because polygamy is given into a special provision of
the Constitution of India does not allow triple talaq.
Personal law, Muslim
the Constitution of India does not allow triple talaq. Does that justify jihad against India?
No, the polygamy is given under the section of personal law section. If tomorrow, if it comes, because Islam does not give a permission.
Polygamy is allowed in various situational facts also, na? You can't just say polygamy is allowed because 4 शादियां इस्लाम में जायज है तो आप 4 शादियां करिए, सारी शर्तों के साथ है शादियां करने के लिए.
Asif, louder.
You are supposed. The marriage, what you do for the first time, the single marriage is appreciated in Islam. But next marriage is all subjective and it is classified. When there it was given in a provision, when there was a lot of
really being managed.
Women are getting widowed in a very young age. There were concubines, which the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has given the emancipation to women.
I don't want to discuss finer aspects of your religion, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute. I don't want to. I'm not here to discuss Islam or the philosophy of Islam or the teachings of Islam. What I'm saying here, and Tuhin is with us, debate with him. What I'm saying here is, you people said that Kerala story was a wrong story. Republic has shown through case studies today. There are families who have been destroyed because girls were converted to Islam with an intention of making them terrorists. I would appeal I would appeal to young girls across the country to be very careful. That they should not be put in a situation where you don't know that if you want to marry a Muslim knowingly, you can marry. But if you want to marry a person and the person does not tell you his religion, that is wrong. Do you understand, Atik? Do you understand that?
Absolutely, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's wrong.
Yeah, fully. I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
your
good, you
point,
understand.
sir.
Yeah. Now Tuin is making a point. Tuin.
No, allow me.
How much
Just 30
2 points,
seconds.
Arnab.
Tuin
First
can't
of
make
all,
every time.
first of all,
This is not an election
you know,
time. He is giving
first
all
of
the
all,
Tuin and Abid.
two quick points. You know, Arnab, Sudipto Sen is a friend. I can tell you, even before he wrote that script, I have conversations, I have chats with him. He was working on the script, and I'm privy to the kind of research which has gone into Love Jihad. Point number 2, you know, how can anybody be in denial of the term? You know, when they can't defend it, they say BJP has coined the term. But that's also a fact. It's Kerala High Court which first used the term Love Jihad. And forget Kerala for a moment. What happened to Tara Sahdev, the national shooter? It's a fact that she was converted. She was trapped in Love Jihad, converted in Jharkhand. 3 people were arrested in that case. All of these are known information, but these people continue to defend the indefensible. I think it is very shameful, but I think a bigger shame is that none of the politicians, none of the members of parliament from Kerala, which includes Shashi Tharoor, which includes Priyanka Gandhi, which includes Rahul Gandhi, have ever had the courage to speak against the radicalization, spreading across Kerala today.
You hear that, Abid? Now, let me tell you what Mr. Ashokan is saying here, right? Mr. Ashokan is a retired military officer from Kottayam. His daughter was converted to Islam by the PFI and the SDPI is his claim. He says that the chief minister is supporting the people and organizations that converted my daughter. And then he says the leaders of the fronts are hesitant to speak against them due to the fear of losing votes. It enhances the growth of such radical organizations. And it's also because somewhere, Abid, people like you are very weak. Very weak. You've lost your voice. You've lost your ability to distinguish between right and wrong. You have become so hardline yourself, right? You and educated Muslims like Tala Amir Rashidi are actually supporting this indirectly. You're supporting Love Jihad indirectly. Yes, Abid?
जब 3 तलाक के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बिल लाई गई तो लव जिहाद के लिए कौन रोक रहा है? बिल लाओ, खत्म करो ये
चैलेंज वाली चीज है।
कौन सी चैलेंज वाली चीज है? ये कौन सी चैलेंज है? देश के सामने कौन सी चीज? देश बड़ा है कि ये चीज से बड़ी है?
आप क्यों पोजीशन नहीं ले रहे? बताइए मुझे। आप डरते हैं।
आप चाहे मैं आपकी टीआरपी के लिए मैं गलत चीज का पोजीशन ले लूं?
नहीं, गलत चीज है। लव जिहाद अच्छी चीज है। लव जिहाद का समर्थन करते हैं आप।
नहीं, आपकी टीआरपी के लिए
बेशर्मी हो गई आपकी कि खुलकर आजकल लव जिहाद का समर्थन करेंगे।
नहीं, आप बातों को गलत मत।
शालिनी, ही इज सपोर्टिंग लव जिहाद ओपनली।
बिल आया, आर यू स्लैपिंग दिस ऑन अ फेस की ये हकीकत है और ये सच्चाई में हो रहा है। आप इस चीज को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, आप इसको डिनाई कर रहे हैं। आपको पता है डिनाई करके भी आप इसे सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं।
आप अपनी बातें मेरे मुंह में डालो।
आबिद, यस आबिद, बोलिए क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं?
आप अपनी बातें मेरे मुंह में मत डालो। लव जिहाद मैंने पहले ही कहा गलत है तो गलत है। इस्लाम में जो चीज गलत है वो गलत है। आप इसको आप अपनी टीआरपी के लिए कुछ भी कह नहीं सकते।
हमें इसका हल ढूंढना है। डोंट स्लैप इट कि हाँ जी एक आप बिल लिया
गवर्नमेंट, उसके लिए सरकार बैठी है, सरकार हल ढूंढेगी। कानून बैठा है देश में, आपको होगा फैसला करने वाले।
तुहीन आई सेड, तुहीन
इस बात नहीं लगती है।
तुहीन आई सेड, तुहीन मेनी टाइम्स।
मैं सिर्फ इतना पूछ रहा हूं भाई साहब से, मैं सिर्फ इतना पूछ रहा हूं भाई साहब से कि जिस दिन हम बिल लेकर आ गए उसका समर्थन करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे? कि फिर से शाहीन बाग जाएंगे आप प्रोटेस्ट करने? और इस बार शाहीन बाग में वो ड्रामा नहीं कर पाएंगे जो पिछली बार किए थे। इसलिए उकसाइए मत, तारीख कब बताओगे मत पूछिए, जिस दिन लाना होगा हम ले आएंगे सेंटर लेवल पे। लेकिन तो 10 राज्य सरकारें बिल लेकर आई हैं, वो सारे बीजेपी की राज्य सरकारें हैं।
मैं आपको समर्थन दे रहा हूं, आप लाएंगे नहीं हमें पता है। आप तो वोट इसी चीजों से हासिल करते हो, आप तो सरकार इन्हीं चीजों से बनाते हो। अगर आपने बिल लाई तो सरकार भी चली जाएगी।
ठीक है, लेकर आ जाएंगे।
अगर आपने बिल लाई सरकार भी चली जाएगी आपकी। आपको तो मतलब ही इसी चीज से।
ट्रिपल तालाक कभी आपने कल्पना की थी ट्रिपल तालाक बैन होगा?
मंदिर मस्जिद इसी में
कभी आपने कल्पना की थी वक्फ अमेंडमेंट एक्ट होगा?
बिल्कुल कल्पना की, क्यों नहीं की थी? तो इसकी भी आप कल्पना करते लाइए ना।
हमने वो कर दिया जिसकी आपने कभी कल्पना की नहीं की थी, इसीलिए चैलेंज मत कीजिए।
मुझे पता केरला हिंदुस्तान में
खुश रहिए, जितने दिन नहीं है ये बिल, जितना समर्थन करना है, जितना समर्थन करना है लव जिहाद को कर दीजिए। जिस दिन बिल आ गया उसके बाद शाहीन बाग भी नहीं बचेगा आपको प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए।
आप
इस बार शाहीन बाग नहीं रहेगा आपके पास प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए।
सिर्फ इलेक्शन है, बाकी आपको देश से कुछ लेना देना है नहीं। आपके लिए सिर्फ इलेक्शन है, सिर्फ इलेक्शन। आपको इलेक्शन जीतना है और जीतने के लिए
कौन सा इलेक्शन था वक्फ अमेंडमेंट एक्ट के लिए?
आप इलेक्शन के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते
जीतने के लिए वक्फ अमेंडमेंट एक्ट लाए थे हम। कौन सा इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए ट्रिपल तलाक बैन किया था हमने?
जिस दिन आपने हिंदू मुस्लिम बंद किया आपकी सरकार चली जाएगी।
कौन सा इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए ट्रिपल तलाक बैन किया हमने? कौन सा इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए वक्फ अमेंडमेंट एक्ट लाए थे हम?
बंद किया आपकी सरकार चली जाएगी। आपकी सरकार बनती है हिंदू मुस्लिम के नाम पे, आपकी सरकार बनती है मंदिर मस्जिद के नाम पे। जिस दिन आपने ये बंद किया आपकी सरकार चली जाएगी।
आप खुश होइए, हिंदू मुस्लिम दोनों की बातें होती है। हिंदू नहीं कर रहे ना, हिंदू मुस्लिम की भी बातें हो रही है।
आप खुद समझदार हो, आपको बातें समझ आ रही है। आप कौन सी बातें करते हो? आप सिर्फ देश तोड़ने की बातें करते, देश जोड़ने की बात आप बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते।
Anyway, those are all lectures. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put up this story on republicworld.com. I want you to see it. I want you to follow it. The bottom line is that 16 people are officially known to have gone from Kasaragod in Kerala to join the Islamic State in Afghanistan and in Syria. I cannot believe the number is limited to 16. It must be many, many more. The question is, does either the Congress or the left, which are the influential parties in Kerala, do they have the openness to accept what has happened there? When I'm back, progress for the people and why the picture of a car being pulled out of water in Noida has become a national talking point.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप